Yeah, I'm flipping this game level 1. I don't give a fuck. Bro, this guy's very pissed, by the way. Nice. Woo! Yeah, I'm gonna be with you guys. I'm in my villain arc now. I don't give a fuck anymore. I will flip every single game level 1. I don't care anymore. Like I'm just at this level nowadays. Full clearing, that. We're just flipping all this shit level 1. Yeah, the problem is that I cannot get out there. It's certainly Sintra wins. She's landing everything. If she dodges an ability. Not bad! What? Okay, we're good now. Oh no. That's so fucked. Okay, so now we do is we just play for Grump into blue, and then after we should be good. Unless I want to look for a top kill here. As long as he doesn't randomly hit 6 right now, we're good. Perfect. Do you guys notice how I try to save my W, like auto cancel, for my double auto animation? The reason why I do that is because you're locked into a longer auto animation the second you double auto, right? So it makes it so you don't actually miss anything. Honestly, best angle would probably just be clearing up again, though. Well, would you look at that, guys? Another game that looks borderline impossible. Haven't seen one of these every single game over the last week. For who you wanted me to be. Nice. Not bad! Let's go. Gotta leave lane for themselves and you can gank a Lux. It's kinda like retarded for typing that. On literally every timer that I could have tried helping mid, I've tried. But he literally got both kills as well. Good W. Listen, the good news is that we actually got the dragon, so we denied from the enemy team. Bad news is, not a single one of my teammates has a positive KD. Even worse news is, not a single one of my teammates has a positive KDA either. Oh, man. Well, it's not unlike anything that we've been getting for the last, like, month now. Well, guys, for the third time this game, Syndra takes the kill that I try helping her on. Let's hope that she carries with a shutdown now. I don't know I'm supposed to help this ever. We got this, bro! We got this! Holy fuck, it's about to be a V9er. God damn it. Oh, man. Oh, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, so now what we really have to do is potentially look on Dragon here. Come on, fuck off. Nice. Come on! Oh my god, dude, if I would have gotten literally half a second longer, I would have killed him. They should go dragon here. They should go dragon here. Please work. Please fucking work. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Bring it home. Come on, baby. Nice! Good! Risky? Yeah, we need to take risky plays when this is my team's score, bro. If I don't take risky plays, I lose this game. Dude, this is such a crazy game if we fucking win it, by the way. Genuinely generational fucking performance right now. Let's actually do something kind of insane. Let's go this. I don't think I can ever die now. I'm gonna be real with you guys, I don't really feel like overforcing. Because the longer that I stall this game out, the more relevant my teammates become. So if I can just like zone them off of doing anything. Nice. No shot! Not bad though. That action Baron took the game back, unironically, yeah. The thing is that Mercsim gives me like 10% lifesteal. So I think it's better to go Mercsim than it would be to just get like my tier 2 boots and then just sit on QSS. The fact that I'm going to win this game is disgusting, by the way. Every one of my teammates should be perm banned. But it's like I should get like 100 XLP, you know what I mean? It's like Loki, they should tell me like Dantes, enjoy like 300 LP for this game. Woo! There we fucking go. Jesus Christ! That's what takes to win, bro. That's what takes to win in these fucking shitload games, dude. And I recognize nobody's name. That's the funniest part. I recognize not a single person's name, bro. Are we serious? But that's what takes to win, bro. That's what it takes to win. Gotta play like that every game now. So it takes me, unironically, turbo 1v9ing to win in a Masters lobby. This season is so fucked up. But look, this is the reason why it's so fucked up. My ADC this game, 300 LP Masters, Diamond and Emerald his whole life. Enemy ADC, 800 LP Masters, and he's Master Plus his whole life. Enemy support's an 1100 LP. Zoe support 1 trick. My support is a 300 LP, Diamond his whole life player. Like, it's so bad. It's like every game, everyone is so gapped in so many ways. Like, you're gonna have 2 players that are Masters 400 LP, but one's Diamond forever, the other's like Gem Plus forever. It just makes it impossible. Graves in Pro League would be fire, yeah, but you're never gonna see it. But the other issue too with the Pro Leagues is that tanks are and engage is so broken in Pro Leagues that because of that, any like assassin type shit is just not viable. Unless you're literally like the best in the world. Like let's say you take like Natty Nat and you put him in a pro game on Rengar, he'd probably 1v9, you know? Or like that one like Chaos Stanza guy on Talon Jungle, he'd probably 1v9, you know? Is it a social status thing where everyone hates junglers and mid lane has prio? It's kind of just a thing of like coaches are just lazy reads, for lack of a better word. Like I'll give you an example, okay? So Shaden, when he was on his team, it was called Dignitas, right? He was sitting there and his coach was forcing him to play tanks. And keep in mind that Shaden hit rank 1 as a jungler playing carries. His coach made him play tanks every game. And then his top laner, who hit rank 1 on like carry tops, was forced to play like Scion every game. Like get character. Why even draft those players at that point? You know what I mean? Like find a mid laner that can sit there and play tanks, right? Or play shit that can just like engage. You know what I mean? Like find a mid laner that plays like Galio, Aurelion, Sol, Lissandra, shit like that. And then get a support that one tricks engage supports, like Rel, right? And then after that, you can make that comp work. But why would you take a rank 1 level player on carries and just try to mold them into a tank player? It's fucking ridiculous. But that's just like the status quo. They're like, yeah, if you want to be a pro player, you need to have this champ pool. And it's like, oh, okay. It's like, imagine you take Hums, right? And Hums like one of the best Ravens. It's like you take Hums and you sit there and you're like, yo, Hums, we're going to put you on this pro team, but you're only allowed playing Mage's bot. What the fuck? Like, why'd you even choose me on this team? Didn't Lost for Tones try that with Baus and it didn't work? No, it worked great. Baus would lock in his random bullshit every game, and he would int every game and it worked fine. And then the thing is that when it came to like the actual pro scene, it wasn't that Baus started locking in meta champs. It's just that he would stop inting every game. There was a big difference. Because like Baus, he would still lock in his shit like Kled. He would still lock in his like Gragas. He'd still lock in his Scion. But he just wouldn't run it down random deaths anymore. So no, they kept his champion pool. But they just said like, listen, us going down 30k gold, like we can't do it anymore. And then it started working for them. Nice. I'm just gonna auto this to get my Q up. Nice. Anyway that we can look on this. Nice. I'm holding on to my Q in case she uses hers. I thought she'd use it for me. I was not expecting fucking Talon there, bro. I'm gonna be honest. This is good though. Very nice. Me when a Gurren plays the same song for 24 hours straight with no chat interaction. Now, you know what the funniest part about a Gurren is? So, I played against a Gurren a lot, right, back in Korea. And I knew that guy was fucking toxic. I knew he was, right? And the funniest thing is that at the time, everyone always used to sit there and be like, dude, a Gurren's like such a nice guy. He's so informative. Like, he's never toxic and all that shit. And I was like, dude, do any of these people watch his streams? And like a year and a half ago, he was going viral because everyone would be like, dude, I thought a Gurren was the chill German guy. But every time I walk into the stream, he's selling a little master player to kill himself while screaming. Dude, it was the funniest thing ever because like anyone that played with the Gurren knew how toxic he was, but it's just that the community as a whole just saw him as like the rank 1 like informative guy. Like they didn't understand like what he was actually like. What? She already has it. That's crazy. I mean, look, I'm sorry, that's my bad. I didn't realize that Morgana would have a Seeker's first item. I went from Plat 4 to Gold 4. How do I regain the want to climb? It's rough, bro. Just know that I went through that many times in my life, and I'm Challenger nowadays, right? Well, Grandmaster right now, but I'll be Challenger soon. She's walking through here, wow. Only way out is if she ults me. Notice how I used my Q the second she was about to fade from vision? It's because I was holding on to it as long as I could because I didn't want to like use it a bit too early and then she just like Qs me after and I die. And the thing about a Gurren too is that it's the same thing like me in the sense that he's not like always negative. You know what I mean? Because like I think I'm like fairly toxic, don't get me wrong. Probably like one of the more toxic league shimmers there are. But the thing is like I don't make toxicity my like focal points, you know? Like when have I been toxic this game, right? But say I'm not just sitting there like perma like shit talking and stuff, you know. Because like I think there's a big difference between somebody that's gonna like sit there and like you will flame, right, and you will be toxic, and that being like all somebody does. You know what I mean? Nice. Very nice. Give me your cannon. Critty feels so good, yeah. Critty's way better than on-hit. If you think on-hit Yi carries games, wait until you try crit. On-hit Yi, I get one-shot by Talon before I can do anything. As crit Yi, I just auto-Q auto and he's dead instantly, especially with Hail Blades. Oh. Wait, give me a second, bro. Give me a second, bro. Give me a second, bro. Ah, for fuck's sake. Fuck you if you play that fucking cringe champ. Yeah, crit Yi moments. Just kill them both. Kill them both. Like, if they're gonna use their flashes and shit like that, yeah, there you go. Just kill them both. Like, if they're double flashing for me, they're both dying. I don't give a fuck. You know what I love so much more about Yi than HECARIM? Yi has so much damage that it's unironically, like, even if they have shielding, you don't need Serpents. HECARIM, you need Serpents, even if they have one shield on their team. Three Zonias, get capture! God damn it. No way you live with 71. Oh my god. He actually lives with 71. You know you didn't lose your self-control. Turn away. Bro. Wait! Wait! Cinema! 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 Alright, guys. It ain't looking good for us right now. Nice. We take those. We take those. I need some I'm getting, I'm taking. I mean, it's 3 Zonias. Like, what the kind of stupid retard shit is this, bro? 3 Zonias? Are you fucking serious? Still playable, still playable. It's so disgusting. Guys, has anybody ever in their entire life seen this before? How do I even do anything this game as mastery? I miss the old Dantes. You've been following for 23 seconds, bro. I have not changed that much since then. What the fuck are we saying? I should have licked your ears. All right, let's not do that. What would you have done if JYNXZI didn't revive your career? Would you have quit streaming? Yes. So what I probably would have done was I would have done streams 5 times a week of 2 to 3 hours a day. And then the rest of my time would have been spent all ending YouTube. So I would have just like focused on all my YouTube channels, YouTube ideas, all that kind of stuff, and just went fully in on that. What are you talking about? You were a successful streamer before? Yes and no. Imagine every single like day you work towards your job and you just see it go on a consistent downtrend with like some upticks, but overall consistent downtrend for legitimately like 3 years straight. So that's why it just got to this point where it's like when you see it, things just go worse and worse and worse and worse and worse for legitimately like over 3 years. It's like you get to a point where you don't really want to do it anymore, you know? Yeah, I mean it's really just like fucked. Oh, dude! You may be losing badly, but there's a team out there with Muda mid, and that's worse than any pain you can go through. Is it though, bro? Every game has been like this for like the last week. Like it's at a point now where it's like I think I'd rather have Muda mid over this like Cho'Gath. So we're down 3 inhibs, we're about to be down soul. My team is voting no on the surrender. Oh, hold on a second. Nah, there's no hold on a second. In this game that I just played, I'm minus 34, by the way. Oh. Well, unlucky. Oriana decided to prioritize sitting mid instead of actually rotating to the guaranteed 900 gold shutdown on Graves, and this is the end result. It's actually so sad, bro. Like, it's legitimately so sad. Not to mention our Jinx went PD second and probably had less damage than the Ornn. Who would have thought? A Masters 500 LP Yasuo one trick. Alright, now let's look at the ADC. Who would have thought? A Masters Diamond last season ADC player. Who would have thought? Top laner was also a Masters 350 LP player. And then the enemy jungler is Shaden that hit rank 1 in Europe and NA. It's a full Masters lobby with my Masters for 4 years. Yasuo mid lane player typing, oh, I'm 10x you. I'm like, okay. Okay. But of course he has flash. You know what I mean? It's like, of fucking course he has flash. Good news is they used literally everything for me, so now they just got everyone. Nice. Nice. At Dantes, would you rather have long queues but higher quality or more balanced games? Bro, let me explain something to you. Riot can put the matchmaking in a way where there are legitimately 9 challenger players and 1 master every game, and it's still unbalanced matchmaking. Like, I'll show you what the problem is. It doesn't matter how much fucking LP my ADC or top laner have, there is unironically, right, a 500 LP difference between supports, and it's not even just 500 LP difference, it's the fact that this guy peaked 1.3k, and this guy peaked 800. So it's like what? 500 LP difference, right? And this guy plays enchanters and this guy plays roamers, right? So the second you have a gapped support LP wise, and the one that's gapped is locking in an enchanter because they're AFK in lane, and then you also put them with a competent jungler, this game is just lost. Like, I could legitimately be fucking rank 1, right? This game isn't winnable. Because we're playing from a point where it's like in this game, the enemy team, LeBlanc's activated level 1, Bel'Vet's activated level 1, right? And on my team, I have an AFK farm bot lane, and that's all I have. So it's like, it's a double assassin matchup where we don't have one clear winner, right? And then we have an AFK bot lane. So this game, I know that the only way that I can win is if we scale. It's only if we scale. And how are we ever going to scale when I'm getting roamed on? It's impossible. Ashe top is good. I mean, the jokes write themselves. Like, you guys have to understand that this is unironically the worst season of League of Legends, match quality wise, ever in the history. Ashe has muted themselves and won't be able to type any messages. Cheers. You say that every year? But that's the worst season of, well, no, it's not, listen, I was saying that League was the worst season every year for like a while. I'm not gonna like disagree. But it's like a genuine fact. Oh, fuck. Like, it is a genuine fact that, like, bro. But it's like, the reason why this season is different is because this season, it's like all like the ranked shit that they did. And what if I told you that it's by design? So, the more games that you play, the more Aegises of Valor that you get, right? The more Aegises of Valor that you get, the more your MMR goes down, right? The more your MMR goes down, the more your average rank that you play in goes down, right? The more that your average rank that you play in goes down, the more heartsuck that you end up becoming because of how skewed the matchmaking is. And then it's just like a never-ending repeatable cycle. And the reason why it's impossible to like beat this, right, is because you need to play a lot of games to climb, but then the more games that you play, you end up getting hard-suck because your LP gains are shit. Unless you're playing a champion that's in the best state ever and you can get like a 90% win rate. But unless you're doing that, it's like, it's just like chalked. Because the peak LP is like 10k this season. Yeah, but that's not why the MMR is so fucked up though. The highest ranking players have no bearing on the MMR of the lower ranking players. There's no correlation. It entirely has to do with like game counts and number of Aegises of Valor. It's so much easier to rank up now, though there's no rank up games. No, I mean, I agree with you. Like, in general, is it easier to rank up? Yes. But that doesn't mean that match quality isn't in the worst state it's ever been. I mean, bro, like, we were watching JYNXZI play in literal Bronze 1 lobbies, and there would be, like, an Iron 4 player on the team. Like, on what planet is that acceptable? There's a literal 700 LP difference between him and, like, that player. So why the would he ever have, like, an Iron 4 player on his team? So that's the thing. The crazy thing is it's not even, like, a high-low exclusive thing. Is there something that Riot just said, like, across the board? I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, think that the rank system is so fucked at this point that next season they need to do the hardest reset they've ever done and put everyone down to Iron 4. Iron 4 with static MMR throughout the ranks. Let the best players climb, let the worst players not climb. Because, like, they were supposed to do that when they introduced a new system that they did in, like, Master Plus. But the reason why it's failing miserably is for two reasons. The first one is Aegis of Valor double LP. And the second one is MMR discrepancy because of Aegis of Valor double LP. Because, like, just so you guys can understand, right? Like, let's say you have a guy that's getting plus 30 at 450. He would have the same MMR as a guy that's, like, plus 27 at 700, right? But the thing is that it's not the guy at 700's fault that his MMR gains are lower. It's just because he's played more games, right? So then what happens is that the guy that's at 700, instead of playing in 700 LP MMR lobbies, he's playing like 400, and then matchmaking is just promiscuous and fun. And the only way to fix it is to go no account, but even then, like, LP cutoffs are so high right now that even like no accounts don't fix anything. That would be cool. It'd be sick, bro. What are the chances? Like, you guys have to understand my mentality is not just because of today. It's because literally over the course of the last week, I've not gone up in LP a single day. It's been like 5 days straight of just consistent losses. To a point where I've dropped to like 350 at this point. For reference, that's like going from Bronze 1 to like Bronze 4. And the only reason why it's not even crazier is because I've only been playing like a few hours a day. The mages bot stuff is so counter. Yeah, but the funny thing is that Riot sits there and they think it's acceptable. They unironically think that Mage's bot is good for the game. Like, do you guys want to know the reason why Mage's bot is so broken? It's very simple. It's because Mages can solo lane easily. And, like, they can wave clear easily to, like, deny everything. If Mages in League of Legends actually had mana problems again, the game would be different. But it's like, if you have mana problems, worst case scenario, you just get a lost chapter, a tier or a sapphire crystal on your first back, and you never have mana issues again, ever. So it's like, the entire thing is that mages need mana to like cast abilities, but with the way that League is structured nowadays, that's not even like a core rule of the game. Mage bot has to be terrible for the game. Oh no, it is. Like, Mage's bot is genuinely horrible for League in general. But the problem is that, like, the riders that are in charge of balance right now are brain dead when it comes to the topic. Because, like, they don't understand everything that goes into Mage's bot. So I'll explain what I mean by that, right? Let's say you sit there and you play a Mage bot, okay? It's not just that the enemy team now has a Mage to deal with. It's the fact that the Assassins have to factor in another Zonias. The Bruisers have to factor in another champ that's gonna, like, have, like, 3,500 HP. There's more wave clear, like when Static Shiv was an insane item, Riot nerfed the fuck out of it because they said, oh, it makes laning impossible to, like, be volatile because Static Shiv users just, like, ends up push waves. But then when mages are, like, allowed, they're like, oh no, but this is actually, like, healthy. Like, no, it's not. But to be fair, you can't trust Riot at all when it comes to shit like that ever since they allowed mages support to be viable. Like, the entire definition of a support role is to support your team, right? So what do you obviously need to support your team? Some kind of CC shielding or healing, right? But then you lock in somebody that's just meant to hard carry through damage with like no CC whatsoever, and Riot's like, oh no, this is fine. Don't forget a bunch of mage items randomly give HP for zero reason. Yeah, like I think that's a real problem with Mage Bot more than anything else. It's the fact that I'm playing against an Aurelion Soul, and at 11 minutes, he has more health. Oh no, he has 200 less health than my Zahan does, when the Zahan has 2 levels on him. Had to go fucking crazy on that one. See, that's the thing, guys. Pro tip, if you want to be a good player, be toxic and complain about everything. Be toxic and complain about everything. It makes your mechanics crazy. Nice. you think they're adding Classic League to try and get feedback for how people won new or world champs and also the game overall? You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's genuinely such a good fucking angle that I never thought of before. You're smart. That's genuinely such a good angle that I never thought of before. Because, yeah, it's like, let's say you have right now players, right, that sit there and they complain that they feel like they can't carry enough in League. Would there be higher retention for League of Legends if players could carry more? Oh, well, why don't we just go back to, let's say, Season 13 and see what the feedback is? You know what I mean? But I think it's two things. You're actually very, very smart. I think that's definitely part of it. But I also think that part of it, too, is so that Riot can retest old items in the game in like a testing ground to get community feedback so that they can actually see if they're worth implementing in League. But I think there's also a case to be made as well for making veteran players return to the game. Because it's kind of like how when Fortnite added Fortnite OG to try and convince everyone to come back. But the thing about League is that, like, I feel like the only way that League Classic could really, like, work is if you give it a ranked game mode, right? Because most of the people that care about that old school shit, they're ranked players. So give it a ranked game mode, right? Make it last for a certain amount of time and then see how everyone feels about it. But my guess is they're just going to have it as a rotating game mode and they're going to, like, completely fuck it up. If people can carry more, then there are people who are not carrying enough. Well, no, the problem is that you just don't understand how League of Legends used to be. You're too new gen. Nowadays, games of League of Legends are not decided by which team has a better player. It's decided by which team has the worst. And this is like an irrefutable fact for like 85% of your games. You know what I mean? Like if you have the worst player, then you're just going to lose. You know, and even if you have the best player, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win. Whereas back in the day, the way it used to work is that League used to be in this like state where the best players used to be able to have so many abilities and opportunities to carry that they would. I have cancer. Nah, I'm sorry for that flash. The truth of the matter is that it is like, it's impossible to contest the fact that League of Legends has been dumbed down and has been simplified and has had reduced potential for solo carrying over the course of years. Like, you can't refute this, right? Because, like, they've removed a ton of items that add skill expression. They've removed a ton of different things about champions kits that add different skill expression. They removed a lot of agency, right? They reduced a lot of like strength power overall. They buffed inherent and innate tankiness, you know? Like, you can refute that carry potential has gone down a shit ton, right? And that's the reason why it's like nowadays, solo carrying games feels way harder than solo losing games. What's your advice for someone who has ranked anxiety? Well, the truth is that ranked is literally just a physical representation of your skill level. So if you're too afraid to increase your skill level by getting in the training field, then you're always going to be a skinny runt. You know what I mean? If you're too socially anxious to get in the gym, then you're always going to be fat. If you're too socially anxious to fucking queue up for rank, then you're always going to be low elo. You know? It's as simple as that. Oh, that was a good snipe. When do you think high-low starts? I'm going to give you a fucked up answer. I think this season, high-low starts at 1700 LP. I'm not even kidding. I genuinely think high-low starts at 1700 LP. And that's like if it's a full 1700 LP lobby, not a 1700 LP player's game. Because 1700 LP player can still get put in a low master game. I have the same view of like master players as I do diamond and emerald players. I don't have a difference in view on them. Do I know that a masters player can probably solo carry an emerald game? Yes. But it's like I just have like such little respect for any of those players because of how often they've griefed me that I don't give a fuck about like any of that. There's only 71 people at 1700 LP though. Yeah, exactly. But I'm telling you, if you want to get like good quality games, like you gotta be shooting that high. Are you still pursuing rank 1 or have you chosen a different path? I mean, for me, it's just a thing nowadays where it's like, would rank 1 be nice to hit? Yes. But am I going to dedicate every fiber of my being to getting rank 1? No. You get rank 1 today, people forget about it tomorrow, you know? It's like, most of the time, my views on, like, importance of rank and all that kind of stuff and, like, how fun League is in general it typically always comes down to like how fun HECARIM is to play. Not even necessarily like how good he is, you know? That's the reason why I've been playing Yi so often, because I don't think I'm as good as Yi as I am on HECARIM, but I think Yi can carry so many more games than HECARIM can, that it's like, it makes me want to play League of Legends more to lock in mastery and know that I can soul carry. If I'm strong enough as a champion to sit there and just like kill everyone, then why the fuck would I sit there and reduce myself to like a tank build? That's ass. What's stopping you from becoming a pro? The fact that it's probably the shittiest thing you could ever do. So imagine you guys say, I want to become a pro League of Legends player. Do you guys want to know what your life is going to be like? Let's say you're 15 years old and you say, I want to be a pro League of Legends player. Let me tell you guys what your life is going to look like. For 12 hours a day, you're going to grind for about 3 or 4 years. After 3 or 4 years of grinding, you're going to like make some friends in the high-low scene. The friends that you make are going to give you connections with some people that might allow you, right, to play in tier 2 teams. So imagine like academy rosters and shit like this. Now, even if you are a literal rank 1 player, you are going to be condemned to academy for a minimum of about 2 years. Minimum. So that takes us to about 21, about 20 or 21. Okay. After you are condemned to academy for 2 years, well, first off, while you're condemned there, it's not an academy. Like it's sort of just like the tier 2 scene, right? But while you're condemned there, you're making literally no money at all. So you need to have jobs on the side. And even though you have jobs on the side, you still need to be available to like practice and scrim with your team and all this shit for like hours upon hours upon hours a day. And keep in mind that while you're doing this, you're competing with about 50 to 100 other people that are trying to go for the same thing as you. And then, right, let's say one day you do make it. You become the best in your region. You're this hype prospect and you get into the big leagues. Okay. You're moving to California where you're paying 50% taxes. Your first salary is probably going to be maybe 100K US for a year. So you're making 50K. From that 50K, you need to cover your own food, all this shit, whatever. And if you have a single bad split, right, where even if your team griefs you, it doesn't matter, you have one bad split, then you're going to get dropped from your team and they're never going to even look at you again, no matter what team you ever try to apply for. So the thing about being a pro player is that it literally just sucks. And it's not like aspiring to be a pro is fun either. You're spending, unironically, like 6 hours a day in VOD review. Just talking with a bunch of dudes that you're probably only going to play with for 6 months about how you guys can work better together as a team. And then if it all goes to shit one split, congrats. There's a good chance you're not going to see half of them, if any of them, ever again. And then now you got to do the same thing over and over again while having zero job security and while not even making a salary that can pull you through like 2 or 3 years after all is said and done, you know? And the thing is, like, if you guys think that 3 losing lanes and losers queue is bad in solo queue, holy fuck, some people in the pro scene have it 100 times worse. Like, there's this one guy, Shaden. How old is Shaden nowadays? Shaden is 24. He's been rank 1 since he was 21. He's been challenger since he was, like, probably 16. Right? And Shaden had one bad split where even though he was a carry jungler, they put him on tanks every single game. And because of that, he hasn't found a team in like legit years. Cheers, bro. Like, I want you guys to think about how insane that is. And Shaden just recently went to EOS and hit rank 1 there. Like, he grinds a lot in solo queue. He always tries to win. He doesn't grief, you know? And he has like aspirations of being a pro, so nice. Anyways, so we managed to play League of Legends today for about 5 hours, and we ended the day making absolutely no progress, which is unironically not a bad thing because that's better than the last 5 days have gone. With all that being said, hope you guys have a great rest of the night, and I will see you guys all again